Hey everyone, it's Renee for Hip Hop Weekly, and I'm here today. Came to North Hollywood so that I could sit down with Giovanni Christian. Some of you guys might know him as a big, strong fitness person on Instagram. You might know him from writing music, singing music, rapping music, all on IG, off IG, on Spotify, iTunes, all that. So, sitting here, who is Giovanni Christian?
I just dropped the top, now I'm hanging with my walls. We were reminiscing, now we laughing at my foes. Never switched up, nah, nigga never fall. Never switched up, now I'm hanging with my walls. I just dropped the top, I just dropped the top. We were reminiscing, now we laughing at my foes.
If you had to define, well, who is Giovanni Christian, who is he?
Giovanni Christian to me is someone that I had to get to know personally and understand what my purpose was. So a lot of my music is personal experiences of me coming up in the journey of the industry and learning myself. And I like to showcase it in my music.
Yeah. So, I mean, you started out as a writer, right?
No.
All right. Tell me how you started then.
So actually, I started working as Ray J's videographer.
All right, bet.
I think I worked for him for like 2 weeks. He didn't even know my name.
Oh,
that's how much we was ripping and running. But shout out Truth. That's Ray J's artist. I was actually shooting Truth's videos first, and Ray J happened to see me. He was like, "Man, bring him over here." And we ended up doing 2 months of behind the scenes of a whole album project. So within me being in that studio, I learned a lot. I didn't even know how to record, engineer, anything.
Yeah.
You know, videography was my thing. And as a sponge, I sat in the studio for 2 months straight, just watching the whole experience of recording 3 albums in 2 months. And I learned a lot, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, I actually met you as a videographer too.
Fact.
So that does make sense. Transitioning from video, and you say you learned a lot because you got to sit in on these Ray J sessions and stuff. So if you had to pinpoint one thing, one takeaway that you learned or that you witnessed, something that you got to witness that made you be like, okay, I'm going to take from this and I'm going to go apply it to my own career.
First thing I learned was humility, and you have to have humility in this industry to be able to go anywhere. You can be talented as you want to be, but if you don't have that humility in this industry to be able to survive in different rooms, you're not going to survive. Mm-hmm. So I learned that first, and that was already bestowed in me, so I wasn't worried about losing that. But creativity is what came next for me, and that's a part I struggled with, but I had to stay true to myself. I took a lot of soul searching. It took me a long journey to try to figure out how to get to be Giovanni Christian, and writing was the first thing after being a videographer.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Grew up in North Carolina, Rayford, close to Fayetteville, where J. Cole's from.
I've been in North Carolina like one time, and I'll never go back. I went to Greenville. And I probably that's why. And I stayed there for a winter or summer. And I remember I was like, I would never come back to this state. It's
that's
so
funny.
hot.
That's funny. Greenville is actually like where my grandmother's from.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's how we actually got to North Carolina. Was my mom followed her mother's footsteps, and that's how we got to North Carolina. So I ended up getting country grammar while I was down there.
Hey, listen, if you've never been to Greenville, anyone watching, it is definitely country.
It's hella country.
It is. And it's a good time. I was young, though, when I was in Greenville. I was like 19. I was like 19. I thought I was popping. You feel me? Going into all the clubs when I wasn't supposed to be in. Using IDs.
Yeah.
Going to, that was like when I got introduced to Golden Corral.
Golden Corral will get you right.
You know what's crazy? Golden Corral, North Carolina is so much better than everyone else's Golden Corral. That's the only one thing I will go back and get.
It's very healthy.
No, it's not.
Healthy as in getting...
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, that is not healthy food in there.
Definitely not.
But maybe to get you healthy, possibly. So North Carolina, and then where did you go from there?
From North Carolina, I actually came to LA.
Okay.
That was my next spot. Like I said, humbling experience. I was homeless in LA. It's a journey where I look back and I'm proud that I made it out, but I don't know if I would do it again because it showed me who I really was. It really broke me. Coming from a place where I was very comfortable, it's a state where it's not expensive, so it's easy to get lost in your dreams. But when I came out here and I realized like it's expensive and you got to get it on your own, I found myself sleeping on floors, couches, homie's house, this person's house, and it was a wake-up call.
Yeah.
You know, but it made me stay and tough it out, and we here now.
Yeah. I mean, LA breeds champions.
It sure does.
It breeds champions. If you could survive Los Angeles,
absolutely,
you can get it popping anywhere.
Staying true to yourself too.
Yeah, because you could get lost out here. I mean, what kept you from getting intertwined in the craziness of Hollywood?
I think growing up, my mother was a Jehovah's Witness, so growing up in that religion, it gave me no choice but to stay on the right path. I couldn't get off no other path but that path. But once I realized, you know, I didn't want to be in that religion, that's all you, Mom, it still kept me with those principles and standards of stay out of trouble, keep your eyes on the prize, do what you got to do to make it to the next level.
Yeah. Do you think if you were born and raised here in LA, it would have been a little different?
I think so.
How?
I feel like who you are is who you are. But if you're in a city of distractions, who you are can become someone else eventually. So that's how you get lost in not being you. And a lot of people don't really find themselves till it's too late. So I feel like humbling experiences in North Carolina kept me on the right path.
All right, so your path is continuing. So we have North Carolina, we've come to Los Angeles. You've overcome stuff while you were in Los Angeles, and then you're coming into yourself. You're doing videography. Mm-hmm. Are you doing photography too?
Nah, strictly video.
Strictly video. All right, so you're getting popping with the video. You're getting into the rooms.
Yeah.
So what did you do to start to have people recognize that you were actually someone outside of just being the person behind the camera?
Well, here's where it gets tricky, and I'm going to tell the truth. This is when I knew I was on to something different. So being that I'm self-taught with all this, from videography to engineering to learning how to sing, even though you're probably already instilled with that gift, you just got to find it. How I knew the next level was coming was when I was in these rooms, being the videography guy, it was all cool.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, oh yeah, let him come in, it's cool. But when I start transitioning to the music, it scared people. And a lot of those rooms start closing those doors.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew, like, is it me? Or am I doing something I'm supposed to be doing and it's scaring them? And that's when I started realizing you got to stay true to yourself and continue doing what you got to do. And that's really what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely understand or see, like, people having a fear because, for one, you were the videographer who was soaking up all the game behind the camera. And then boom, now you're like, all right, now I'm about to start instilling it. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. But now you know all the tools and resources you gained from us. Now we didn't even realize we was loading you up.
And it's like, it's cold-blooded because, you know, when I did the videos for him, and I did a lot of videos for a lot of people. Shout out Spider Low. He's actually playing right now. It's crazy. He was a real G to show me the videography game and kept it a buck with me and took me to places I probably would never be in Compton. But being with him, he showed me to stay true to yourself and keep it going. And a lot of people that I did dope videos for, when it came time for me to reach out to, hey, hop on this song with me or do this feature, no call back, no return, no nothing. But it didn't stop me. It made me stronger.
Yeah, I think people need to hear that type of stuff too, because it's a reality. Like, when you start transitioning and you start being like, all right, like, I want to do this now. It's like, even like if I were to be like, I'm a host today, but now I want to start stepping into a producer's room, but you've been around a whole bunch of producers and they're like, wait a minute, if you step in here, that means you're going to have to step on me.
Yeah.
Like, but I think those are internal things that you can't really do anything about, and it's not your job to fix or to do anything about that. So I'm glad that you just moved on.
You got to learn yourself. You got to learn who you are as a person. Anything with jealousy traits, I never had in me. Anybody I ever been around, I wanted to see them win regardless. Now, I'm not a sucker. I'm not going to let you play me. But as long as we keeping it 100, I'm going to ride with you no matter what you're doing. It don't even have to be music. As long as you're doing something productive, I'm with you.
Yeah. So who gave you your first opportunity as a writer? Was that the first thing you did when you hopped over, you started writing, or did you start singing first?
It was a mix of both.
Okay, so let's do the opportunities for writing.
I feel like I didn't know how to record yet. I didn't know anything about engineering, so I learned more writing than anything.
Okay.
But a lot of my melodies and lyrics were trash because I was forcing something instead of getting to know me and being more vulnerable. So that's another step back, another year or two. I had to learn to just record. So of course, in the midst of recording, I'm learning how to create my own sound while I'm recording. And I don't want to sound like nobody else. I never did. And it's all about timing for me. Eventually my sound will catch on to your ears, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So you still didn't answer my question.
My bad.
We're going to pretend like you did.
So
that sounded cute now.
The reason why I skipped it is because a lot of artists that I did write for, it was ghostwriting.
Okay, so you can't speak on it.
I can't name their names.
All right. So can I throw out some names, and can you just get if it might have happened?
We can do that. We can play that game.
So damn, this is not gonna work because I don't. Okay, whisper me some options.
Let's just talk about Giovanni Christian.
I don't got no options for y'all because I was like, what list? Where do I start?
You want to know why? Because when they cut the check for that sound.
Yeah.
And I gave it to them, and I don't want to call them out because people will watch this and go back and listen, and let them ride how they ride. We can reduplicate anything we do. So
yeah, ghostwriting. Then was there ever a song that you gave to someone else that damn, I should have kept that for myself?
No. Everything has its purpose. I can reduplicate it even better the next time. That's the time in the universe that he gave me to put that out, and we'll have more of those. Yeah.
So you was ghostwriting, and then you started writing and putting out your own. And I like how your flow is. I've heard your music. I heard your music back when you was just doing little snippets.
Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. And I was like, oh, cool, he can sing too. Okay, he ain't just buff.
Nah. That's another thing I want to talk about. R&B singers. I feel like we got to go back to being who a man wants to be and a lady wants to be with, because we're getting lost in transition. When I was growing up and I used to watch Tank come on, I'm like, damn, this nigga's buff. and it gave me something to look forward to when he was singing those love songs.
Yeah.
I want to look like that when I'm singing them love songs to my woman.
All right.
And so it created something, and I feel like we got to go back to that. Like, we got to go back to bringing sexy back to R&B.
Satisfied through the weekend. You like 9 to 5 on the weekend. Make her lose her mind every weekend.
Okay. But you're rapping sometimes.
It's a vibe. It's more I make more of a feeling.
I want to hear just some...
Oh, that's easy.
And that's it.
So you just want the false.
We just want that. Like, you feel me? Like, because R&B has lost its touch. I mean, I think from what I grew up R&B to today's R&B. R&B is more like, I think we need to today's you got to rename it to R&B trap. Or
there's some dope R&B singers out there now.
I mean, that doesn't mean that
they just got to get more heard. They got to drop more projects.
Yeah.
You got to understand it's a art for them.
Yeah.
And the real ones take their time with it, and that's what you got to respect. Yeah.
It's just, I guess right now the face of young R&B is who? What is it, what's his name? Jacquees.
Jacquees. Yeah.
Yeah, and that. He's cool, but he's a lot of remakes and a lot of Snow in the Fall. So I would love to see some soul, young, heart in it R&B come back. And is that what you're trying to bring?
I feel like I want to bring back. All right, look, I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with my emotions when it comes to love. I'm not a killer. I never killed nobody, so I'm not going to talk about how I shot 15 people that day.
Yeah.
I'm only going to speak about what I know, which is, why'd you break my heart? Where you going, baby? I miss you today. But I'm going to make it in a clever way to make people understand, like, it's still a feeling of love. It ain't just not love, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid of love now. And that's, you know, kind of what's the problem with the world right now.
Well, I mean, and that men are not in touch with their,
Absolutely.
you know, with themselves to where they don't even know how to express that they were in love, or that their heart is broke or was broken, and instead of dealing with the heartbreak and healing, they tried to move on and keep it popping, but they should have been writing music and singing about it.
Take those emotions, take that heartbreak, and be vulnerable on a record.
Yeah.
And trust me, it'll go.
Yeah, well, because I mean, for females, Keisha Cole is still like the #1 singer of heartbreak, like, and that's literally been her brand and
Keisha Cole and Mary.
Their storylines are, you know, like, everyone's like, all right, Keisha Cole just broke up, she about to put out a fire album, we got to hear all about this heartbreak. But it also makes it to where it's like, dang, people are, that you can't even share your relationships, because if you're the one who speaks about like the heartbreak and stuff, no one wants you to really be happy, because they're like, if you happy, how you gonna rap about heartbreak? How are you able to still sing about heartbreak? Do you just channel from past relationships? Like, what are you channeling from?
A lot of it's creativity. A lot of my music is mainly rider music, and when I say rider, it means, for one, you're gonna ride to it in a car. It's gonna be something that when you're riding on the coast, or you just left a heartbreak with your guy or your girl, you should be able to put that on and feel the vibe. And also, rider for me is, girl, are you gonna ride for me? Yeah. Are you 10 toes down for me? Those are the type of things I need to know, and I talk about that in my music. So it's different elements that I'm bringing when I do my music.
Yeah. If there's someone out here, or like an artist that you're like eyeing, or like, all right, this is like some people I would want to work with, who would those artists be, and then why would it be those people?
I like Young Blue. Yeah. He's dope. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, like, I only kind of like vibe to myself right now, just so I don't get distracted. But that's pretty much it right now, you know. So
other than like the message of a writer, when people consume your music, what do you want people to walk away? What message do you want people to walk away with, as a whole, like this whole Giovanni Christian brand? And I always call things a brand, but you know, it's really just a life. So when you walk away from the writer music, you're walking away with knowing Giovanni Christian a lot better every project. Yeah. I don't really showcase too much of myself on social media platforms, because I still believe in saving that for content. If you want to see how I vibe, I create a whole short film for you if you want to watch it. You know, versus me giving you 5 minutes on live and it goes nowhere for me marketing wise. Yeah. If I'm going to do it, let's do it right. Let's put some real content. I'm willing and ready to give you the content of whatever you want to hear. And that's what I want you to walk away with. Okay, so let's go back, because we were talking about this fitness stuff, and fitness is a big part of your lifestyle. Absolutely. So how has fitness and your fitness journey like impacted your music within your life? Fitness has changed my life. I've been able to become, on the side, a celebrity fitness trainer. A lot of celebrities have come to me wanting to change and look like a GC. Yeah. And that's cool. What's a GC? A Giovanni Christian. Oh, okay. It was third person. Oh, okay. That was good. I like that. But and I don't mind selling that dream, because health and wealth is all I'm about. Without fitness, I don't think I'll be able to create the music I create of happiness. It's not going to be too much negative in my music, because I don't deal with negative things on a daily. That's not even my energy. So if you want to have a good time and you want to hear some good R&B music, Giovanni Christian is what it is, and fitness is incorporated with that. So how do you get the GC? What is it? The GC. The GC body. All right, so how do we get the GC body? What are we doing? What is our fitness regimen? Like, are we working out 4 times a week? Are we only eating, what is this, like 150 calories a meal? Like, nah, we don't do none of that. But for me, I work out 6 days a week. I take Sundays off. Unless I'm traveling, I'm out of town, I'll work out that day. But honestly, to tell you the secrets, the game is to be sold, not to be told. So they will have to contact me directly to get the GC plan. I can't give that away. I love how he does this. He is like you are like the almost, because I catch it every time, but you are the master of circles. Shout out Trey. Master of circles. But your music. So you have some music out now, right?
I do. Rider Music Volume 2.
Okay, so what's that project about?
It's a dope project, basically giving you a piece of my life. I like to end the track out with a California record. I feel like it's a dope California record right now. It's called Baby My Baby. Also got a record called Some Freak Shit. It's a vibe. Y'all need to go listen to it. And also, I spit a little G sometimes. So I got a record on there called Fast that it tells the life and story of me being in LA and how my life was moving so fast. And in the midst of that, having a female companion with you to go through that life fast, with incorporating it with her and me and her moving too fast. It's a dope record. Just go check it out.
Okay. So what, aside from that, what else are we going to get from the projects? Are we going to get, well, you said that all your music is music you're going to ride to. So if you're in your car, you're in LA, traffic is back, so what is the song that you're going to gravitate towards? If I have this on my playlist, what's the song I'm going to gravitate toward?
I feel like my favorite song on that project is Pray For It. It's basically a song where, like I told you, I was homeless when I came out here with nothing. And I haven't had a 9-to-5 in over 10 years because I'm blessed to be able to do what I do every day and get paid for it. If I had to stress myself to live my dreams and do this, I probably wouldn't do it. So to be able to make a song like Pray For It, where I say I bought myself a house, I can drop the top in my brand new car. These are things that I can do and I don't have to stress about it and I feel accomplished. These things right there for me show me humility and appreciated how far I've came, and that's all I need is songs like that and I feel accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, I already like the message. I feel like there's someone out there in every space of life that prayed for something that came true. What advice do you have for the impatience? Because I know sometimes when you're trying to, reach success and you're trying to get to the next level, there's a level. Sometimes people are just impatient. They don't know how to have patience. So what advice would you give for people on just the patience side of being successful and achieving?
Are we talking music or in life?
Do both.
I say in music, if the universe blessed you to do music, you'll know. It's going to be dark days, but you should be able to wake up every day and want to do music. You shouldn't push music away when it gets rough or it don't go your way or I'm not getting the money. It's not made for you then. You should be able to wake up every day and want to do this for free. It's a love. Same way you love yourself, same way you love this, the love for money. You got to take all that away and just zone out on music. Now for life, like right now it's a hard time. Dealing with COVID, being in the house, a lot of people feeling, a mental illness, maybe depression. And you didn't ask for COVID to happen, but it happened. And a lot of people wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
So it started separating a lot of people in different ways. I honestly felt like I lost a lot more homeboys during COVID because of true colors of how they showed themselves. And sometimes it's a blessing to be able to have patience and understand that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You can't get stressed out when things don't go your way. You just got to keep moving how you're moving because your life is already aligned for what you're going to do. So if you follow the right paths positively, you'll get there.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
Movies, fitness modeling.
Okay.
I got some gigs lined up where I'm going to start showcasing the body more.
You have it out there.
Nah, we're going to be in magazines. We're going to be on different platforms where it's going to get to it's time. Okay. I'm going to just say that every 3 months I drop a project regardless because I do music every day. I make a song every day, whether it's whack or not, but it's practice. Yeah. And my love for it is going to keep me where I need to be, and the humility is going to come with it. So,
are you good on freestyling singing? Like if I were to give you 3 words?
No, I like to sit there and play with it.
So you're not like, because I know like sometimes with like rapping and stuff, they could like just go into the studio, like hear the sound, and then they just start making stuff up. So you like to actually sit, think about it, put it out.
Because it's a vibe. So if I get up there and I just say whatever, it's going to sound like whatever later. But if I get in there and to the best of my ability of what I was feeling and I articulated it the way I wanted to, that feeling that it gives me when I listen to it, I should be able to feel that in the car. So that's more of how I do like my music.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you're off to a great start. I mean,
I appreciate you.
You've been rolling. I think that what you're searching for, you're gonna find it, because I can tell in the way that you think that you're good to go. Like, you know.
Well, I appreciate it.
So is there anything, I feel like we've touched on like a lot of things about your life, about your career, but is there anything that you think that maybe we didn't hit on that you want to make sure that anyone who's watching this, who wants to know exactly who you are, that they're going to get that message?
I feel like y'all should be on the lookout for Giovanni Christian. The writing, the sound, just me. Because every time I do me, it's going to be a visual project behind it, because that's the life we come from. So you're going to be seeing a lot of me,
all right, well,
regardless how we put it.
Well, we'll put it. Listen, we're going to be seeing, I'm going to be making sure if your skin is not oiled down, if them elbows is...
Gotta keep the oil.
I'm going to make sure I'm in the comments like, bruh.
Get me right.
We need the tank in you. Where is it? Pull him out.
Get me right.
All right. Everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Renee. This is Giovanni Christian. Make sure you guys go check him out. He has a lot of amazing things coming up. And make sure you guys tune in to Hip Hop Weekly to see what we have coming up later. All those things. We'll see you guys next time.